Hello everyone, and welcome back to the MySpace podcast. I'm your host, Miley, and today I will be reviewing the book The Death King by Penelope Barsetti. I am in a new location again. I am traveling, so I've got to make these videos wherever I am. So yeah. I was going to say something else and I forgot what I was going to say. But I'm like doing this in front of a window where if somebody were to look outside, they could see me. Be like, what's that girl doing? Okay. Let's get this started, shall we? Rating. I give this book a 6 out of 10. Yeah. So, my problem is that it was like 50% plot, 50% smut. And I want more plot than smut. Like, I need the actual plot to this. Like, we had like beginning stuff, which was like nice, because like you're learning stuff about, well, at least her. It was more about her in the beginning. And then it wasn't until like 80% of the book where you actually finally got the actual plot that the whole story was about. So I'm like, ugh. But those parts were good. It was just the whole sex stuff. Because it was like, just that. Like, the lead up to those things were good because like you learn more about who they are as a character and as a person. And it's nice to see that, but like, I don't need everything after the lead up. Like, maybe like the first time, but then after that, let's get to the actual plot that's going on, and let's like add some stuff in. Because like there were some scenes in between that were like a tiny bit about the plot, but not really about the plot because you don't really know what's going on. Also, there was the writing seemed off sometimes, but you know, it's fine. I can get past that a lot of the time, especially when it's not like the whole book. Oh my god, but some of the words that were used, it's just, when sexy was used about 5 times in this book, and I would laugh every time because I'm like, and it's not a bad word. It's just, for some odd reason, it's just like, that's a word to use. But also, that made it funny. There were also just a couple lines in the book that were just really funny. So like, all these little kind of cringy stuff kind of made the book funny. So it was kind of, so yeah. Next part. POV. This is first person, and it switches between Callista and Talon. Those are the 2 main characters of the book. Though you get more Callista than you do Talon. Talon comes in every other couple chapters. Genre. So, it is an adult book. 100% an adult book. It is romantasy, enemies to lovers, and there are dragons. And we love that because we all love dragons. I love dragons. Like, I always look for dragons. They're not amazing books all the time, but like, I just love dragons a lot. Also, my computer is over here. That's why I'm looking over here. Where my notes are. What's next? Right. Plot/storyline. Okay. So, it starts with the prologue, which is just basically showing how Callista and Talon, who's also called the Death King, how they met and kind of what he did to make her hate him so much. He attacked their kingdom because she used to be a princess, and he was looking for information for something. And to keep that information secret, he killed himself. And she blames him. But also at the same time, like, it's crazy. I get into it later. And then it goes to the present. So Callista is in the Arid Sands, where she works as a prisoner, where every day she she's mining to try to find this rare black diamond, which you can use to gain her freedom. And you get like maybe one every year. So that's what she does during the day, but while at night, she is tied down and raped by the general there, General Titan, and in my opinion, that's where the dark romance part is. He's never, like, going to be a love interest, so I don't know. I think just it's dark romance because of all the dark stuff that has happened to her. I think that's about it. Oh, I fully forgot to write dark romance in the genre. That's really funny. But like it's not as dark as other books have been. Like I read another book which was I didn't even finish that series. Anyways, back on topic. So the Death King Talon comes for a visit, and Callista's all like, I'm going to try and steal his dragon to run away from here. That's where we learn that she has the gift. It's actually called the gift, which is the ability to speak to dragons, and I guess like you have the blood of dragons or something. I don't know. So Talon takes her and gives her a whole nice room and like luxury and stuff in his palace. And he's all like, you have choices and blah, blah, blah. Especially when he's like, do you want to either stay in the Arid Sands or come with me? And so he's like, you have choices. But then he's also like, you have choices, but like, we're going to have sex at one point. And he keeps on asking, even if she says no. And that's another part that I'm like, that's kind of dark romancy. I'm like, dude, she said no, move on. He keeps going back and he's all like, you're going to say yes at one point. Which she does, actually. She like finally gives in. And then that's where we get all the smut. Because it just continues going for a good portion of the book. Finally, though, around 80% through it, things actually start to happen, and that's when we actually get to the plot of the book, which I talk about in the spoiler section. And then it ends like all fantasy books do, on a cliffhanger. Callista. So she is pretty smart. She's super strong too. She won't back down or let herself look weak, so she's always, going at it. And she doesn't complain about anything, which I'm like, wow, I would be complaining about stuff. And now that she has the ability to choose, because she's never had that ability, she takes it really seriously and she won't let it go. Which I'm like, go girl. And everything has been taken from her in her life. Literally, just like everything. She hates Talon, but is also super attracted to him. And is definitely starting to fall for him. And that's where her conflicted feelings come in, because she's like, I hate him because he basically indirectly, but directly killed my father. Like, he didn't kill him, but like, him coming there killed him. And she's also like, he ruined my life, but then also she's so attracted to him. So she's like, she doesn't know what to feel right now. She also never tells them that they've met before. He knows that they've met before, but she won't tell him from where or why, but he knows that she knows. He just doesn't know from where. Now, to Talon, the Death King. So, his whole thing is he doesn't want intimacy, and it's all because of his past, but we don't know why. But also, he like does some things with her that like borders on intimacy. So, he's fallen for her. He just won't admit it to himself. He's done a lot of bad things in his life, and he justifies it by saying that because other people have done it to me, it's fine if I do it to other people. That's just some great justification there, don't you think? He does have some morals, though. They're not amazing and like what you'd want in somebody, to have, but they're there. They're just not what you think. He also cares about her. He won't admit it, like, in the way that, like, he likes her. He's not gonna admit that. But he's all like, I care. He cares for her. He said it. But yeah. He won't admit it to himself either, that he isn't in any way liking her more than he should. He also is, like, obsessed with her. Everybody's obsessed with her, really. That's what I'm seeing. His dragon likes her, though. Yeah. Now, to the spoilers. So let's go to the past a little bit. All of the dragons have been taken control of by these people who can control them. And there's only 2 known dragons, and by known I mean known by Talon. He has one of them, and the other one won't work with them. So these people, I don't remember what they're called, but they can control the dragons. And they're working with Talon's uncle. His uncle basically took his kingdom from him, or from his father, and now Talon wants his kingdom back, while also to help free the dragons. Now, Callisto is part of this plan because with 2 people who can talk to speak to dragons, their chances of winning are better and higher. And part of that plan is that she needs to fuse with the other free dragon. But to do that, they have to go and find him. And this is when we start getting into the plot, because this is when there's a sighting of the dragon. And that's when they go looking for him. They finally do find him. And Callisto and this dragon, whose name is Inferno, they have this nice little private conversation where she tells him a secret, and that secret is how she knows Talon. And in turn, he's like, I'll tell you a secret. And it's all just like, you should kill him. That's basically what it was. And later, after they meet back up with Talon, after they fused, it's such a weird word. Is that even the word? I think it is. So, after they meet back up, Talon's talking about this king that he was going after that knew the location of the other free dragons, because supposedly there are more free dragons in this world. But the king killed himself, and he's all like, he killed himself like a coward. And Callisto isn't happy about this because she knows that that's her father he's talking about. And either he sees something in her face, or he's brought back to the memory and remembers the girl that he let go free, and he remembers who Callisto is and how they know each other. And this is when things go crazy, because there's a little chase afterwards where they're kind of fighting each other. And it's all just like, what is going on? Like, I knew this was going to happen, but also, like, I'm so confused at the same time. Because he's all like, you've been planning this entire time. And she's responding like, no, I didn't. I know I wasn't, not until you said that my father was a coward. And I'm like, girl, you agreed that your father was a coward, but also, like, she went through so much, and she was, like, on the verge of killing herself too. So her perspective's changed a little bit. But I'm also just like, what? Because in this time, she was only thinking about it because during her talk with Inferno, he was like, he's literally, what he's doing isn't good. He's hurting everybody. He's doing what was done to him, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh yeah, that's not good, and that's not any, like, that's not a good reason to be doing the same thing just because somebody did something to you doesn't mean that you can do the same thing to somebody else. So she's all like, now what do I do? She hasn't, like, actually made the decision that she's gonna, like, work against him yet, because I think she does want to free the dragons as well. But she hasn't, like, made the decision. But then you get to this whole scene, and it's like, how does he already know that she's changed her mind? Because she never did, and I'm so confused because in her thoughts, she never, like, there was never a moment where she, like, was like, oh, I'm not gonna work with him anymore. Like, I don't remember that happening, so I'm just like, what? What happened? How do you know this before I know this? So yeah, I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore. So confused, honestly. Yeah, that's all my notes. I don't know what the next book is called. I was like over here. I'm not in the middle. Who cares? My back is so sore because I've been on like 50 different planes. No, that's a lie. Oh, I'm so tired. Anyways. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have anything else to say, so yeah. Thank you for listening and watching, and have a good rest of your day, night, week, month, year, life. Thank you, and goodbye.